Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. In the previous episode, I defeated Balore at the bottom of the arena, and beyond him was the flying bat soul, which allows us to fly. So now we can reach all those previously unreachable areas, such as this one right here. And up in this loft, I'm apparently going to get poisoned. Anyway, off to the right is a bathtub full of glowing turquoise water with a new enemy, the succubus, an old enemy, the Lilith, and a little rubber ducky. How cute. Anyway, the item we just got is the black cloak. It boosts your defense and intelligence but lowers luck. But at this point I prefer the rare ring. I'm going to get the succubus soul. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the succubus soul. This absorbs enemies' HP when an ordinary attack is delivered. This is probably one of the most useful souls in the entire game, actually. From now on, I'll probably use this or the headhunter soul throughout most of the gameplay. You'll see why in just a moment here. Voila! Every time you attack, you gain back 5 HP. And that includes the torch right there. Anything that is destructible that you hit, even if you don't destroy it, gains HP back. Such as that skeleton, I think it's a dead crusader that we just killed. Anyway, the next new enemy here is the Bale. I will get his soul in just a moment. Yeah, there we go, we're at the end of this area. I'll get his soul and be right back with that too. Okay, I have the Bale soul. This increases intelligence by 12 points, so it's one of those stat boosters. Anyway, off to the right we have a nice little hallway where tigers. We already got his soul in the previous video. Killer mantle. And a new enemy, the giant skeleton, which apparently is Creaking Skull's brother. This candle drops that money every time you enter the room. Anyway, I'll get the giant skeleton soul and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the giant skeleton skull. Giant skeleton soul, rather, which throws giant skulls. There we go. I'll show that off. And he also has a weapon drop, which I'll get. And I will be right back with that. Okay, I've got the weapon drop from the giant skeleton. We'll take a look at that. The Durandal. Sword forged by the hands of giants. It boosts attack quite a bit. And it kind of looks like magic or ice. I think it's just a magic stat. I don't think it has an element. Anyway, we'll head off to the next area. Okay, we're back at a familiar place, the giant waterfall. Now we can finally travel up this passage. Whee! There we go. Now off to the left here we have a familiar weapon, the Ronginus Spear, which we got from the Irenis earlier in the previous episode. Up to the top here we finally get the handgun. Now we'll take a look at that since we haven't got a handgun yet. No doubt it'll be the last weapon. Yep, of course. It uses 9mm parabellum rounds, and it only boosts attack by 1 point. It's a terrible weapon, but it's fun to use still. Gotta love using a gun in a Castlevania game. Boom, 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 boom! Pew, 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 pew! Super potion over here. More pew, pew, less Q, Q. There we go. And we're back at the bottom. So I think we'll head off to the next area. I'll meet you there. Okay, we're back almost at the very beginning of the game. And if you remember, there was this area with a sparkling sword up here. If we'll grab that, and we get the Vajaya. No, not the vagina. The Vajaya. I'm going to take a look at that. Vajaya, wrought by the lightning of Indra, who is a Hindu god of thunder. It boosts attack quite a bit, and it's got a neat attack pattern. It's basically a bolt of lightning. Gets points for uniqueness, if nothing else, and it's got the lightning element. Anyway, off to the next area. Okay, we're back up at the top of the dance hall. And if you remember, there was this little area we couldn't reach up here. Of course, I didn't think to myself that I could use enemies as step ladders. So this area you could actually get once you get the double jump, and you originally finished this area. Oh well. And the reason I say that is, it looked like you couldn't get up there, but you can stand on these bone pillars too. So you could have just done this. Oh well, we got a mana prism out of it anyway. And that's all there is to this area. I'll meet you at the next one. Okay, we're back almost between the dance hall and the inner quarter. You remember that ceiling I blasted out? Well, now we can fly through that. Well, of course, that's a mimic. You have to know that was coming. And we get the Sherman ring. If we take a look at the Sherman ring, of course it's an accessory, and it increases experience points when you walk while wearing the ring. And it boosts defense a little. So if you look at my experience, I have 31,737. Now I have 31,735. 31,734. See, you gain a little experience each time you walk. So I guess you could use it if nothing else, but I have better accessories in my opinion. Now, if we head into the inner quarter, there's another area we can explore just a few rooms away. I love how easy these places become once you've gained all of these levels and weapons and souls. None of these pose any sort of a threat or challenge now. Remember this passage with the time-warping bunny? Well, now you're immune to it, and you can kill it. So I will get the soul, and I'll be back with that. Okay, I've got the Chronomage soul. This grants us the ability to stop time. And that will come into play in just a few minutes here. But first, let's head to the left. There's the soul in use, by the way. See, it stops everything from moving. It's somewhat useful, I suppose. And you can see my succubus soul in action as well, gaining all of those +5s to my health. Comes in handy with boss fights. Oh, there we go. Probably not the smartest idea to hit lightning-based enemies with lightning. Oh well. And up here we have the Dainsleif sword. Take a look at the Dainsleif. There it is, the Dainsleif Ultimate Magical Sword. It boosts attack almost 100 points, but it lowers defense, constitution, and intelligence. And then off to the right we have the Ancient Book number 2, which completes our trio, or our trilogy rather. So let's take a look at that. It says the second spirit is the King of Bats. Let's try to put these three together now. Ancient Book 1 is the Demon from Hellfire, King of Bats, and the Beautiful Nightmare. So if we go to our souls, we can try to match those up. Demon from Hellfire is obviously the Flame Demon. King of Bats, obviously Giant Bat. And would you know it, Succubus would be a Beautiful Nightmare. So we have all 3. Anyway, we're going to use that Chronomage soul to gain a new one, and I'll meet you at the next area. Okay, we're back at the Underground Waterway yet again to use the Chronomage in order to get that sparkling thing that you saw every once in a while. You have to time it pretty well. It takes quite a few times to get it, but it nets you the Skyfish soul, which boosts luck and strength while praying. This is a really useful soul for getting rare drops. If the longer you use the soul, the more you get as a boost. And then obviously it increases your chances for drop rates. Anyway, I think we're out of time, so on the next episode we'll continue using the giant bat soul to explore. Until then, stay safe and see you soon.